So hello and welcome everyone to another episode in All About Football. I am Atavaris Varsi and today we are going to talk about a pressing question, and that is, can Joan Garcia be Spain's number one goalkeeper? Well, although Luis de la Fuente haven't included him in this international break, considering he has picked Unai Simón, David Raya and Ramiro, but Joan Garcia's outstanding last season, the 2024-25 season, where he was the best La Liga goalkeeper and one of the finest prospects in the goalkeeping position in world football. And with his move to Barcelona, it looks like he can acquire that number one position in Spain. And in this video, we will talk exactly that as to how Joan Garcia can be the number one for Spain and whether he is able to compete against Unai Simón and David Raya. So without any further ado, let's dive deep into it. So before diving in deep, let's talk about Spain's tactics under Luis de la Fuente. Now, before that as well, I want to say that Luis de la Fuente is very clear with his message in the Spanish national team. That is, he won't be having a bias to a Real Madrid and Barcelona players. He will pick those players who can match his setup, who can match his tactics, and who can match his structure and can play according to his play style. And that is one reason why Spain has managed to win the Euro 2024 as well. But in this video, we will first talk about how Spain structurizes itself, the formation of Spain, and it is quite simple. It is 4-2-3-1, which is almost similar to what Hansi Flick plays at Barcelona. And they try to play from the wings. The ball is passed to the wingers who are both pacey and are both flashy, and from behind they either have the runners, that is the wing backs, or RB and LB, that is the full backs, or else they will try to open up vertically. Their main focus is to open up vertically, and that is why they have got some extremely outstanding players in Fabian Ruiz, Pedri, Dani Olmo, who can open up those spaces. But talking about the goalkeeping position, if we talk about the defensive setup of Spain, it is more of the high line and pressing, counter attacking, where they can win the ball quickly and they can then transition and score the goal. So they don't rely on passing the ball around. They are rather more proactive in their approach to win the ball higher up the pitch, to win it, and then to go on and score quickly. And they are putting in a lot more process as well. So that is overall the game plan, the game style Luis de la Fuente has brought to Spain. And he needs a goalkeeper who can set the team accordingly, who can be behind the defensive line and can lead the defensive line, because when it's a high line, you need a proactive goalkeeper who comes forward, who is a sweeper, who comes forward, clears it and everything. And I think Joan Garcia is a proper example of this. And with the team he is playing now, Barcelona, where Barcelona too has the high line under Hansi Flick, it looks like Joan Garcia can really acquire the number one position. I would not like to give away a direct verdict as to whether Joan Garcia can play over Unai Simón and David Raya, and that is why we will compare all three goalkeepers with their stats. We're talking about Joan Garcia against David Raya against Unai Simón. If we talk about Joan Garcia and David Raya, this stat is from SofaScore. So as we can see, the minutes per game, both have played 90 minutes and both have already 3,420 minutes. This is from the last season, that is the 2024-25 season, since this season has just started, so I haven't picked from this season. So if you talk about the goals conceded, Joan Garcia has conceded 51 goals as compared to David Raya 34. Now, you have to keep in mind that Espanyol were 14th in the league table last season. So they definitely have faced more shots, and that is the reason why the goals conceded for them is more. But if you see the saves between Joan Garcia and David Raya, it's a lot different. 145 against 86. And moving further, if you talk about the goals prevented, Joan Garcia prevented 7.5 as compared to David Raya's 2. So that shows the quality he brings. And we also saw in the recent Barca matches as well, when the defense is getting opened up, Joan Garcia is reliable to make the save, and you know that he will make a save. He's quite good in shot stopping, he's quite good in one-on-ones, and he is one of the finest prospects, to be honest. Clean sheets, of course, David Raya has more because we all know that Arsenal has a better defense as compared to Espanyol. So that is the reason. And if you see the accurate passes as well, it is 709 and 870. So a difference, but not that big of a difference. So, and in Spain, you need goalkeepers who can pass properly. So that is also one of the aspects. And accurate long balls, once again, he leads Joan Garcia. Now, if we talk about the goals prevented in 2025-26 between both of them, since the season has just started, so it is 1.7 and 0.2. I mean, we can't predict anything, but still, it's a metric and it will rise or fall depending on the performances of both the goalkeepers this season. Now, coming to Unai Simón against Joan Garcia, since Unai Simón didn't play that much in last season, he played only 21 matches and won at 90 minutes. In that, as we already saw, that Joan Garcia conceded 51 goals, but Unai Simón conceded just 14. The saves also it will be low because Unai Simón didn't play that many matches. But if you talk about the goals prevented, it's once again high for Joan Garcia compared to Unai Simón. But Unai Simón has more clean sheets. Now, once again, I mentioned that Espanyol were 14th in the league title. So, for them to not concede a goal was tough. To be 14th and you have only a goalkeeper who is performing well. So it's difficult for the goalkeeper to keep a clean sheet. And accurate passes and accurate long balls, we can't really compare these for the 2024-25 season between Unai Simón and Joan Garcia because Unai Simón didn't play that many matches as compared to his counterpart Joan Garcia. But if you talk about the FPREF data between all the three goalkeepers from last season or before that as well, you will see some different changes, and you will see that Joan Garcia is better than both of them in many situations. If we talk about the advanced goalkeeping uh, stat for all the three goalkeepers, you will see that Joan Garcia, of course, we saw that he conceded 51 goals, and in the expected post-shot expected goals minus goals against, that is goals conceded, this is one of the metric that is most important for goalkeepers. So it is the post-shot expected goals, that how the shot was being hit, the angle of the shot from where it was taken, and how much possibility did it have to go on and become a goal, and minus, that is from the goals allowed by the goalkeeper. So if it's positive, then the goalkeeper has exceeded his expectations. If it's negative, then the goalkeeper has failed and couldn't live up to his expectations. Well, if we talk about for all the three goalkeepers from the past season, David Raya has plus 1.1, just plus 1.1, and per 90 he has plus 0.03. Unai Simón from last season has plus 2.3 as compared to his per 90 it is plus 0.11. But mind you, Joan Garcia has plus 7.7. That is per 90 he has got plus 0.2, which is outstanding as compared to these two counterparts because he can save shots from any angle. That means he is one of the top-notch goalkeepers at this point of time. I mean, keeping this plus 7.7, it's elite level goalkeepers who manage to keep these kind of stat for the post-shot expected goals minus goals allowed, and Joan Garcia did manage to keep it in his previous season, and that too playing for Espanyol, mind you. And if you talk about the passes completed as well, Joan Garcia has 194 as compared to David Raya, who has 149. Unai Simón has 106. And passes attempted, that is launched, Joan Garcia has more. It's 526 as compared to 478 and 284. And the percentage, pass completion percentage, is also more as because of the other two stats. Now, coming to the passes, if we talk about passes attempted, of course, it is David Raya who have attempted more passes because he, of course, you are playing in the Premier League. So, these passes will be more for you because you will have more possession. He plays for Arsenal, so they have possession as compared to Espanyol and Athletic Club, who doesn't have that much possession. And if we talk about the crosses, as you can see, it is David Raya who leads, who has more percentage of stopping crosses, that is 13.2. Now, once again, since he plays for the Premier League, where teams usually focus on playing the ball from the wings, that is the crosses, so you have to be active in those kind of situations, and David Raya is quite good as compared to his counterparts, that is Joan Garcia, who has 9.6, as compared to Unai Simón, who has 7.6. And as compared to sweeper, once again it is David Raya who leads, because once again it's Arsenal, so you have to be on your feet, you have to be on your toes, you have to be quick, and that is the reason why Premier League, that the goalkeepers in the Premier League are so respected, because you are constantly being tested. That is the reason why David Raya is still preferred in the Spanish team. But if we talk about Joan Garcia against Unai Simón from the 2023-24 season, because Unai Simón didn't play that many matches in 2024-25, if we compare Joan Garcia's stats to Unai Simón's, Joan Garcia fails in a bit, because there are some stats where Joan Garcia is not good as compared to Unai Simón. One of them is the post shot expected goals minus goals allowed. Even though Unai Simón had plus 2.3 in his last season, in 2023-24 he had plus 9. That is exceptional, and that is the reason why Luis de la Fuente picks him up, because he has trained him in under 19, he has trained him in under 21, and he knows the strengths of Unai Simón. And he has done it with Joan Garcia as well, but his time will come. And that is the reason why Unai Simón is still preferred, because this is the metric that is preferred mostly, the post shot goals expected minus the goals allowed. And Unai Simón in the 2023-24 season was just outstanding. Plus 9, it is elite level stuff. So I think, as a conclusion, I feel that even though Joan Garcia hasn't been called up for the FIFA World Cup qualifier in this international break, his time will come if he continues to perform at the exact same manner he's performing for Barcelona at this point of time. The match against Rayo Vallecano, he was a beast in that game, and the reason why Barcelona didn't lose the game was because of Joan Garcia. So his time will come for Spain, and I think he will be Spain's number one in the near future. Will that be in the FIFA World Cup 2026? I don't know. Maybe he can be if he continues to perform like the exact same manner. What do you think of Joan Garcia? Do let me know in the comment section. Do you think he will play in the FIFA World Cup 2026 as Spain's number one? Do let me know your thoughts in the comment section. And if you like this video, if you found this video informative, don't forget to subscribe. All About Football. This is Tavares Warsi from All About Football, signing off.